Well, welcome back. This is Stocks to Watch, and during this precious metal renaissance, we are exploring Upside Gold Corp on the CSE under UG. This interview is disseminated on behalf of Upside Gold Corp, and we're privileged to be joined by Sophy Cesar, the CEO. First and foremost, welcome.
Hi, Kyle. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, it's such a pleasure to get you on. And I just want to dive into this because congratulations on closing the recently upsized private placement. It clearly resonated with the market. I mean, you raised $800,000, surpassing your original target. Beyond the current gold price environment, what specific factors do you think kind of drove this strong demand from strategic and retail investors?
So I think the demand was driven by a couple of different factors. So first, I think the story itself. I mean, we came to market in early January with a flagship asset that already hosts a sizable historical gold resource. So there's that. And then we have strong infrastructure being in southern British Columbia. And we've been very clear about the path that we want to execute moving forward. So I think that investors really understood what we have planned and where their capital was going and why. And then, I mean, as you mentioned, the timing and the momentum. So we listed at a point where gold just started to take off to record highs. So that obviously gained a lot of attention. And then I think just our shareholder base. So the strategic investors along with retail investors, it really aligns with our long-term vision. And I think that resonated in the upsizing of this private placement.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking basically to coming public just within the first few weeks of 2026, listing on the CSE and the Frankfurt Stock Exchange, and now that you've established these international trading platforms and bolstered your capital, what does the company's current balance sheet look like, and how does it set you up for the remainder of the year?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Well, so follow those dual listings and the completion of this financing. We're well capitalized, so we really wanted the balance sheet to be clean and to have a nice runway for us for the 2026 exploration season. So it's not a huge amount of money, but what it allows us to do is to stay disciplined and move the project forward methodologically while remaining responsive to market opportunities and being smart with the cash that we do have on hand.
Yeah, and a significant portion of these proceeds is earmarked for the Kena Gold copper project in British Columbia. For those new to the story, I mean, could you walk us through the scale of this property and the specific exploration activities, such as the 2026 drill program, perhaps, that these funds will support?
Sure. So the Kena Gold Copper Project is a large district scale property in southern British Columbia. So we're about an hour from the US border, in a well established mining jurisdiction. As I mentioned, excellent infrastructure. We have road access right up to and onto the property with forestry, road and cutoffs. The project itself, as I mentioned, hosts a historical resource of 3.31 million ounces of gold. 561,000 of that is indicated and the rest is inferred. And it's, within this broad multi-kilometer mineralized system. So what makes it compelling when you're looking at it from the perspective of shareholders or investors is the fact that it remains open along strike and at depth. So, I find myself saying this often, but it provides a significant upside. And so for 2026, really the bulk of our exploration is going to be our fully permitted 4,000 meters that we have planned. And it's going to be focused on both expanding the known zones that we already have and then testing out new targets that have had little to minimal drilling done on it. And all of that with the objective of advancing the project to increase that resource significantly. So maybe, about 40% to what we have now.
Yeah, and just to finish up, I mean, you guys have done a lot. I mean, the rapid succession and milestones from the dual listing to the successful financing. I mean, what makes Upside Gold a compelling investment opportunity for shareholders in today's record-breaking gold market?
Well, I think the fact that we're in this record-breaking gold market makes it really a great opportunity. But I think that It gives investors exposure to gold. It gives investors also exposure to copper, which we plan on bringing into the resource. And then, there is historical silver on the project, and we have had some silver in results in the past, but have not been brought into that resource. So with silver performing the way it is as well, it's going to be something that we're going to be looking at. So if you think about, I guess, the overall package and the exposure to different metals at a point where we're seeing these metals hit all-time highs, I think it makes an opportunity for investors to participate in an early stage company that's focused on building value through measured technical progress rather than, for lack of a better word, promotional noise.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I definitely appreciate you taking the time today as we pass it off to the viewers. We'd love to know what you think in that comment section below. Consider subscribing as news and catalysts like this come down the wire. Of course, we'll bring it to you here. If you want to explore further, we'll leave all the links in the description as well. But on that, we look forward to catching you in the next one.